Welcome back to Dynamics. Okay, all right, a pro wrestling video. I should have done a prediction video for Backlash. I've just been busy, so I didn't. It would have been short and sweet because the pay per view or premium live event was going to be short and sweet, and it would give some credence to what I'm about to say about my predictions. But we'll go over it anyways. I am in the Wrestle League fantasy, so when I say that, these were my predictions, they were my predictions as far as what I put in the Wrestling League, right? So, okay, here's what happened. I got them all right, but that's not really a huge brag because everybody got them all right. It was a very predictable premium live event. Um, and so, most people, not everybody obviously, but most people probably ended up getting going 5-5. Getting all five matches right. Um, the the wrestling league that I'm a part of, I remained in the same position, even though I got them all right. So that kind of tells you, the vast majority of people above me also got them all right because I kept the same ranking. I'm still in fifth. Tied for fifth. There's hundreds and hundreds of people above me that are tied for fourth, tied for third, tied for second, tied for first. So when I say fifth, I'm not like the fifth best person in the league because tied for first, what's the email say? It says there's like 80 something people tied for first, I think. 198 people are tied for first. So 198 people have probably got all of them right in the first event that we talked about the last review. I can't remember which one that was. Was it WrestleMania? But anyways, yeah. So some people got all of them right for both events, so they're probably all tied for first. 198 people. So anyways, I didn't move, so that means there's a good possibility that a large majority of people probably got them all right. So let's go through them real quick. But before I do, actually, let's talk about the crowd first. Crowd was great. Um, my thoughts on the premium live experience. I think the WWE should go outside of the United States and Canada because Canada is pretty much a regular part of the touring, anyways. So go outside of the United States and Canada 4 times a year at least. Go outside 4 times a year. Get those huge crowds or those raucous crowds because they're so excited to finally get a premium live event. Um, Make them be like just underneath WrestleMania, kind of like how they do with Saudi Arabia now. They go there a couple times a year, I think. I think that's their goal right now, and they make them be just underneath WrestleMania as far as the magnitude of the events. Right, WrestleMania still should be the pinnacle, but having these premium live events outside the United States, making them almost as big as WrestleMania is what I think they should do moving forward. It adds a lot of excitement. Another thing that I think they should do moving forward is they should actually let's do the predictions first and the results, and then I'll go what they should do moving forward. Because honestly, if you're probably here for the results, so the tag team match between the Bloodline and Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Uh, my prediction was that the Bloodline would win. The Bloodline did win. It was pretty easy to make that prediction, as with most of these matches, because it just makes sense. They're trying to reestablish the Bloodline as a strong faction. They're growing that faction. Roman Reigns is not a part of it, so they have to develop a new identity for it. And having them lose to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton really kind of derails that. So I had a strong feeling that they were going to make sure the Bloodline won. They did it with some outside interference, which I wish they would actually step away from. I really do wish they would focus on strength and aggression and just ruthless, is what the group should be right now, less than the outside interference causing them to lose, causing their opponents to lose, right? Outside interference shouldn't be the go to like it was during Roman Reigns. That's just my take on it. but they are super strong. Solo Sokoa and now both of the what were they called in New Japan? God, Gorillas of Destiny, I think it was in New Japan. So abbreviated God. They are brothers. They are related to the dynasty tangentially. Is that the word? Tangentially. I think they're Haku's sons, I believe. Ming's sons, whichever version you knew him as. I knew him as King Haku. No, he was great, and so I think he's their sons, right? And the one that showed up at Backlash was in the WWE previously as Camacho, which that was terrible. Uh, I don't think he's Mexican. So, anyways, he's back as more of his actual identity. Although I don't think these are their real names either. But anyways, these guys are now with the Bloodline. They're very strong, very ruthless. It'll be great with Solo. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do less outside interference, but I'm guessing, until they establish it completely, they're going to do that. The next big surprise is going to be probably Jacob Fatu. I think that's his name. I could see him coming in and becoming a part of the Bloodline as well. And so we may see that a little bit more, but I think after they establish themselves, outside interference should not be the way they win matches. They should win matches because they're just that good and just that aggressive and ruthless. That's my take. All right, moving on. We had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, as it were. Was it Io Sky and wait, is it Io Sky? No, wait. It's Asuka and Kairi Sane. There we go, Kairi Sane. Io Sky was the champion before she lost it at WrestleMania. Kairi Sane, Asuka, Damage Control, Kabuki Warriors as they used to be called. They're amazing. I love them, but the title reign was kind of boring. And I just knew that they were really trying to push Jade Cargill, even though she's really kind of like not quite there yet as far as her in-ring skill and her ability on the microphone. She just has a great look, great personality, great character, and I really do think she will improve and become stronger and be able to be a solo wrestler. And having her team with Bianca Belair in the meantime is great for her. Not so great for Bianca, but it gives them something to do, right? So I said they were going to win because I think they're trying to push her, and I was right, and that's how it moves forward. Strong. And then hopefully Damage Control moving over to Raw can reestablish themselves over there. They can, go, in some sort of conflict with Becky Lynch, and then maybe they can establish, every now and then have them go back after the tag team titles, which can go back and forth between the brands. All right, let's see. What else? Maybe a Queen of the Ring. One of them could be Queen of the Ring. That would be cool, right? All right, anyways. We had Bayley versus, Bayley versus Naomi and, help me out here. If you could, you would, because I know you guys know. Why am I forgetting her name all of a sudden? She's got the annoying name and the annoying voice, but she's great in the ring. Just came up from NXT. Whoops. Why am I forgetting her name all of a sudden? Anyways, I shouldn't be forgetting her name. She's going to be great. It's just not her time yet. Naomi unfortunately is not, it's not her time yet either. But I think they should come back around to both of them. They should both get a chance with the title. It's just not their time yet. It's Bayley's time. So Bayley's going to win this match. I predicted she was going to win the match, and she'll have a strong championship moving forward for a while. But eventually, both of them should win the title. And maybe at some point during this video, I will remember her name and stop being Tiffany Stratton. Yes, I knew I'd do it. I had faith in myself. Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time. She's great already. So, we'll just we'll take a step to talk about this. Tiffany Stratton going through NXT and developing there is better now than Jade Cargill is, and Jade Cargill, has been wrestling longer. I think I'm almost sure of it when with her time in AEW, but she didn't go through the training that Tiffany Stratton did, and we're seeing that. We're seeing the results of that. Tiffany Stratton's better on the mic. She's better in the ring, and she's going to be a champion. It's just a matter of time. She was a champion in NXT, and she'll be a champion on SmackDown. Okay, moving forward. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso was like the crowd was amazing. Crowd was amazing the whole night. Love you, France. That was great. Good work. You'll get another one. I am sure of it. I miss France. I've been there once before. I'd like to go back. But yeah, great crowd. All right. But during this match, they were extra because the match wasn't spectacular. It was pretty good, but it wasn't spectacular. But their support of Jey Uso, it was so huge. It was so much fun. And I look forward to them finally pulling the trigger on Jey Uso. But if it doesn't happen relatively soon, man, they're gonna lose it. They're really gonna lose it. He's losing strong every time. Every time there's outside interference, and he's losing strong. But they're gonna lose the momentum they have with him if they don't pull the trigger. But this just wasn't the time because you can't just decimate Damian Priest like that. He just won the title. He should hold on to it. My prediction is he holds onto it until Clash of the Castle. I think that's what that name of the pay-per-view is, or premium live event. He'll drop the title to Drew McIntyre there in Scotland. That's my prediction for what's going to happen to him. Hopefully he can still maintain relevancy and have a decent title reign until then, and separate from Judgment Day. But he's had great moments, great character moments, great stories. His wrestling is pretty good for a big guy. It's like I don't mind watching him in the ring. It just the build wasn't great for this match. The match itself wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't terrible either. Jey Uso's good in the ring. He's good in the ring. It just the chemistry just didn't work out this match. But Damian Priest won with a little help from Judgment Day, which he didn't want. And so moving on, that's what's going to happen. Jey Uso. What needs to happen with Jey Uso? Well, as I said, I think that he's not going to beat Damian Priest for the title before Clash of the Castle. I don't think they're going to do a rematch and have him win just to lose to Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle, which you have to Drew McIntyre has to win at Clash of the Castle. It has to happen. And so having Jey win the title only to lose it to Drew like right away wouldn't be good for him either. So let Damian Priest hold the title. Hopefully have another good program with somebody until Clash of the Castle, and then there you go. Drew takes the title there, and then Damian Priest can go on and do his thing. So that means that Jey needs to step away from that title picture. Jey really should have won the IC title by now, but even that is that seems to be a really deep story going on right now. So I don't think you can throw him in there yet. They've got to resolve the Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed situation before they can move on to letting Jey be involved in that. But yeah, if like Chad Gable was to win the title, you wouldn't want to do a quick turnaround on him either. Jey versus Sami is kind of cool. There's a lot of history there, but it is good guy versus good guy, so that's not always the best interaction. But I could see that being a decent story. I do want to see Bronson Reed win the title eventually, but it's probably just not his time yet. So Jey getting put into the Intercontinental title picture is highly unlikely. They could put King of the Ring on him, but King of the Ring should either be, and this is another guy that really we need to talk about. Um, oh, come on. Why am I doing this? LA Knight. But really, King of the Ring is going to go to Gunther. We all know it's going to go to Gunther. Gunther's going to be amazing as King of the Ring. It's going to help his character even more. He's going to be strong in that King of the Ring role. So we know that's what's going to happen. LA Knight and Jey Uso could and should win it, but they're not going to because Gunther is just the right pick. So Money in the Bank. And I think it does come down to, do they want to give that to LA Knight? Do they want to give it to Jey Uso? Or do they want to give it to a heel again, because it is usually better in the hands of a heel? But LA Knight or Jey Uso really, really, really could benefit from winning the Money in the Bank, and then, cash it in at SummerSlam. Don't hold it as long as Damian Priest did, but we could see Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. Or we could see LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Something to that effect. Those two would be great for Money in the Bank. All right. Let me see here. Last match, my Joker pick, Cody Rhodes versus why am I doing this again? Terrible. AJ Styles. And it's not that these guys aren't memorable. They really are. AJ Styles is great. I love him. It's just my memory is weird sometimes. Sometimes it just goes dead and I don't have name recall. I'm really terrible with names in real life too. I'll have these people that I interact with on a regular basis, and I just never committed their names to memory, and so I just try not to have to call them by their names. In real life, it happens to me semi-often. I'm terrible at introducing people because of that. Anyways. Okay, so AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, great match, a lot of fun, right winner. Cody Rhodes had to win this. AJ Styles is probably on the downturn of his career. I see him retiring fairly shortly, or at least going to part-time. That would be something good for him, have him just take a step away, come back for SummerSlam and WrestleMania, that sort of thing. But yeah, right now it's just not his time. Does he have another title reign in him? Probably. But taking it off of Cody Rhodes now would have just made zero sense. So it was Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes was going to win that. They probably should have put someone else in there. But AJ Styles was a pretty good pick. Unlike the Damian Priest Jey Uso thing, they definitely should have put someone other than Jey Uso in there, because Damian Priest had to win, and it could have been someone who had not already lost plenty of big matches. This match, AJ Styles can lose this match. It doesn't hurt him too much. But really, they could have built somebody up. Could have put someone in there who hasn't had a lot of shine, but is on the cusp, that doesn't need the win. LA Knight wouldn't have worked because, again, him losing again just doesn't work. So yeah, there we are. That was my predictions for the event. I went 5 for 5, like most people. My thoughts on WWE moving forward with these PLEs. Again, I think doing 4 PLEs outside of the United States and Canada would be amazing. Maybe not include the Saudi Arabia shows, especially if there's going to be 2 of them, so 2 in other places. No, I think it should be 4 outside of the United States, Canada, and Saudi Arabia. Okay. As far as how predictable this was, so there should be some predictability in your premium live events. Otherwise, the surprises aren't as surprising. You need some consistency from premium live event to premium live event, right? I don't think that you should be able to accurately predict all the matches so easily. What I think should happen is that you have guaranteed predictability matches. You have matches where it could legitimately go either way. and it would not be shocking if it went either way. Those would be some great matches to have on premium live events, where either person can win. And then I think not every premium live event, but maybe every other, maybe every third premium live event, not so predictable on that either, but you should have a completely shocking moment, like a match that should not have gone the way that it did. And the person, you were expecting the predictable outcome, and the person who was supposed to lose wins, that sort of thing, right? Give us that, like, every 2 to 3 premium live events. I think that'd be perfect. That's really good for wrestling. It makes it feel like anything can happen. I would love to see that more often. That's what I think they should do with these shows. I like shorter premium live events, 5 matches, especially for a foreign crowd. You don't go to France very often, and you're only going to give them 5 matches. Not really a fan of that. I get it. Backlash is one of the smaller events, and so you want to have less matches on these smaller events, especially right after WrestleMania. But when you go to these foreign countries, you should not be giving them 5 matches. So 5 seems a little small in this situation. But I do like the shorter, sweeter premium live events on these smaller shows in the United States. Come to my town, come to Fresno, California, and give me 5 matches. I'd be super stoked. All right, everybody. That's going to be the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And we'll be back again very soon. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a good day.